Alright, here we are for round number 5. Playing against Haggis Dog. This hand is questionable. It doesn't have a ton of action going on, but I am going to keep it. We've got our colors, we've got some spells, we've got lands. It should be pretty good against most black decks, except maybe this one. Alright, Dismal Backwater to start off. So I wonder if this is going to be zombies, or if it's going to be like that mono black, like super aggressive one-drop deck. Opponent, Haggis Dog. For those of you who don't know, Haggis is like some like foods just like put into a sheep's stomach or something. Okay, looks like it is a zombie deck. That's pretty sweet. Heard some people talking about trying to make some zombie decks work. I could see it happening. Doomblade seems pretty bad. You go to the bottom. I'll put this island on top. I think. No, it's going to be wild till I play this counterspell. I'll put it on the bottom too. Alright. So I'm just probably not going to be holding this up for a while. This is going to be a pretty big beating for us though. It's going to be tough to beat that Shepherd. It's going to be probably dealing us 3 or 4 damage this turn. It's definitely the best card in their deck. Against us at least. Alright, whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you lose 1 life. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to play a Seagate Oracle, and then I'm going to probably be double edicting next turn. I think we're going to probably be dead pretty soon, though. It is possible, like, somehow we could just race our opponent. They're dealing themselves a lot of damage. Don't really want another counterspell. I guess I'll take the Lonely Sandbar. It's a pretty slow way to get blue mana, but I guess, that is not that important to me. It's interesting that my opponent kept this untapped. He must have a removal spell. Yep, Grasp. That's interesting. I'm not sure why you would play this over like Victim of Night. I guess if you're afraid of the mirror match. So we're pretty much dead here, I think. But I do get to double chainers them. So I expect the first one to be the Carnophage gone. And then he'll probably get rid of this one next, I would guess. Because the Shepherd's not very good once you're down to only 1 zombie. Alright, so this guy's hitting us for some damage. We gotta hope they have nothing. I'm sure this deck is playing Bump in the Night and some other stuff. I mean, I don't know what else they could have in their hand that wouldn't just kill you anyway. I assume I'm getting bumped. Oh, Ghoul Caller's Chant. Sweet. We get both their guys back. Cool, cool, cool. And a Carrion Feeder. Alright, I don't think I have any outs here. This is pretty sweet. Ghoul Caller's Chant is awesome. So people were talking about playing this with some of the new white zombies, and I don't think that's how you want to play this deck. I think you just want to, you want to play aggressive like mono black with Ghoul Caller's Chant and stuff. I'm not sure any of the new zombies are important to the deck at all. So I don't think we have any way to get out of this. So maybe if I use Disfigure before I block, then I can have a chance here. So if I Disfigure the Carrion Feeder, then I can block the Anurid and live. Yeah, I think I have to do it before I block. So if I do it after, you can just yeah, you can just do all kinds of different stuff here. Okay, I block you, and I go to 1. I don't think I'm quite going to be able to put enough creatures on the battlefield to kill my opponent this turn with this guy. Shepherd of Rot, he's down to 5. Barrenmore. So if I play my Muldrifter, what am I hoping to draw? You just have to cast it, right? we didn't draw quite enough removal, I guess, early in the game to finish this one off. To be honest, I mean, you can see we were pretty close. I mean, our opponent is almost dead. But they're going to go to 1. So, if I would have been able to cast 2 creatures there, I could have maybe gotten out of it. So what do we want? All of our cards are pretty bad against them. Shrivel looked okay, and Witches seemed okay. So I'm going to bring these in. I think I'm going to bring in the Relics, even though I don't think they're going to be that great. I definitely want to take out the Doomblades, of course, so those are bad. So Relics are kind of like next on my list of cards that I might want. Don't want Doomblade. You get out. Reaping the Grave is pretty good. I'll cut 1 counterspell. It's kind of slow against them, and then I think I'll cut the Exclude. And I think this will be good. I don't think I really want to cut the Relic, and I might want the Reaping the Grave is the other card that I think I might not want. Yeah, I think I'll get rid of that. Alright, I think this looks okay. It's possible I should be cutting 1 more thing for this other Relic. I just don't have that much stuff that is any good against them, so I do kind of like having a couple counters, but I don't really want too many. It's not like they might have Bump in the Night, but that's going to be probably one of the only burn spells they have. They might have that like Tyrant something. It deals 4 damage. It's a burn spell for 4 damage. This hand looks nice. I think we're going to probably win this game with this kind of hand, even though it is a little slow. But the real challenge obviously is winning when you're on the draw against aggressive decks like this. Alright. Another Disfigure. Obviously if this were a swamp we would be in really good shape, but it was an island. See what our opponent does here. If they play one of those 3/3s, I'll probably just Disfigure this and hope to eventually kill that with something different. I'm going to use Disfigure on this guy, so he has to pay the life to keep it. And I'm going to pretend I'm holding up Counterspell at this point. Wall Drifter is a pretty bad draw. Okay. I don't think they're going to have anything, but I'll just Disfigure this now. Okay. Off to a decent start. I really need to hit a land though. Okay. That guy. So this land is fine. I'm going to go ahead and just Edict right now. And I'll just play this out. If I hit another Black Source, I'll be able to kill this stuff with like a double whammy. Have to like Deadweight plus Disfigure or Shrivel plus Disfigure, something like that. If I draw a land, I'll probably play out the Maul Drifter. Otherwise, it looks like I'm playing the Seagate Oracle. I think I'm going to float a black mana in case I find another black mana. It is a little annoying that like I would normally be able to block here. Actually, I think I might just Deadweight this guy afterwards if I don't, depending on what I hit. Alright, Dimir Aqueduct. It's a pretty easy pick. Let's go ahead and Deadweight you. And I think I'm going to pick up this Lonely Sandbar. I don't think I really need 6 mana. I think 5 will be just fine, so I might want to cycle this away. Do you have that, okay, Nameless Inversion is fine. I was thinking maybe you'd have like the Black Fling. Nameless Inversion is sweet, so Ghoul Caller's Chant now can get back a removal spell and a creature. Ghoul Caller's Chant is awesome. It's kind of like the big reason to play zombies. I can't really think of another reason to, like, I probably wouldn't want to play them otherwise. Okay. So this turn I think I'm going to Shrivel and Disfigure this guy. Hopefully he plays a Shepherd of Rot. That'd be kind of ideal for us. Alright, another Sangrophage isn't great. If we draw an Echoing Decay, this will be like a huge beating. So I'm going to go ahead and cast this Preordain and try to find that Echoing Decay. Didn't find it, but Chainer's Edict will be pretty good as well. So I'll go ahead and Counterspell I think is going to go to the bottom. Chainer's Edict on top. Draw that. I'm going to go ahead and cycle this. Okay, can't really play that this turn. Let's go ahead and Shrivel. And then disfigure a Sangrophage. Fortunately, I couldn't make him take the damage from it, because 2 life is a lot. But that's fine. It's possible I should have just played this so I could play more stuff next turn, but don't want to run out of gas. We're down to 8. Okay, Carrion Feeder. Another 3/3. So all these 3/3s for 2 are really getting us. Preordain. Echoing Decay was just a little too far away. I'm going to put the Echoing Decay on top though. Don't need the backwater really. So I'm going to go ahead and decay this Carrion Feeder. I don't think he's going to double sack to keep it alive. That would be a pretty insane decision to make. Okay. Edict my opponent. I assume they're going to sack the Sangrophage. 2 life a turn is more than this guy does. He only does like 1 or 2. Actually, it is close. If he plays a creature and I play a creature, then this might do more damage than that. Okay, that's a good draw. Let's go ahead and preordain. I'm going to keep one of these on top and put the other one on the bottom, I think. Could use one more land at this point. Plus that means I get to play my witches this turn. Oh, that was a mistake. Should have played my witches first. I would have dealt my opponent 1 more damage. So we'll see if we get our opponent down to 1 again and they're not dead, then we messed up. Alright, now they're Nameless Inversion. They drew a land, so that'll probably be it for our opponent. I think I'll leave up black mana, I guess. I do still have more Disfigures. I have 1 more Disfigure. I think I would rather hold up Disfigure than play this Relic that I can't use anyway. Yeah, hold up the Disfigure. It's pretty marginal either way. Okay. Attack with my Muldrifter. Hopefully it's just a removal spell. That's cool. Opponent probably should have done that on their turn if they were going to. If I drew a Ghostly Flicker, could have saved it. That'd been pretty bad for them. Let's do this way. So I'll cast another Muldrifter. If I draw like Island plus Counterspell, I might do that. Otherwise, I'm going to play this Relic and hold up Disfigure. Okay. So I haven't seen really anything that would indicate that my opponent is playing the burn spells that this deck sometimes plays, but I do have to be careful not to go to 4. I can't remember the name of it. It's like Tyrant's Choice. That might be the name of it. So Tyrant's Choice will be able to kill us. I'm just going to disfigure this guy so my edicts can kill bigger stuff later. Alright, Counterspell pretty much will probably lock this up for the most part. Our opponent is going to get an extra turn thanks to the fact that I missed that 1 damage earlier by not playing a creature into the Wretched Anurid. Man, we had a pretty good hand this time, and we're barely going to win this game. Like, they got kind of flooded at the end. Okay. So they need to draw like 3 burn spells in a row. Creatures aren't going to do it. I don't think this is going to matter, like this Relic, the 1 card a turn that I'm making them exile. Shouldn't matter. Alright, Seagate Oracle is going to cut 1 more turn off. I guess I'll take Barrenmore. I really don't need another swamp. Chittering Rat's not going to do it. Can't even cast that because I tapped double black for my Seagate Oracle at the beginning. Thought it was more likely that I would want to cast like a double counterspell or something. I don't really see that happening either, but you never know. Wretched Anurint is fine. That's actually not quite going to cut another turn off because this rat isn't going to kill him. But I am going to cast my rat to get the 1 damage. Alright. Edict your guy. Hold up counterspell. So, looks like we gave our opponent 1 more turn by messing up that interaction earlier. But it's not going to matter here. We're not going to lose because of it. So our opponent got. So this is kind of sweet. All these 3 power for 2 mana. It's pretty strong. I don't know how good this would be against like an actual aggro deck though. A lot of this stuff deals you a ton of damage. Like these guys and Carnophage and stuff. Like man, they deal you a lot of damage if your opponent's playing Stompy. I didn't see really any reason that I would want to bring in another relic. It's possible I want another counterspell or exclude, just because they're a little cheaper interaction than the Muldrifters, but maybe I'll take out a Flicker and bring in a counterspell. I'm not really sure. Let's go ahead and do that. Just gotta make sure I limit the number of spells I draw that are useless. This hand looks good. Hopefully our opponent goes like Carnophage into double Carnophage and then I Echoing Decay them away. I keep. This hand looks fine, but if we don't draw any lands, we're gonna get destroyed. See what they've got here. A Duress. Probably gonna take my Disfigure, maybe my Echoing Decay. But I would probably take the Disfigure if I were my opponent. Unless he's got like multiple Carnophages or something. Duress is fine, but man, it slows down my opponent's clock a lot not to have a 2-power 1-drop. Ghostly Flicker, jeez. I can't imagine that that's correct. I can very easily defeat my opponent without this card, that's for sure. My opponent's on like the just everything is creatures plan. And they didn't have a 3-power 2-drop. So that's good for us. I bet they're stuck with a bunch of 2-power stuff in their hand that they don't want to cast into my removal. I'm going to play the rat because my opponent hasn't been playing anything, so I'd rather play the rat first. Anytime your opponent's not playing stuff, normally the rat is a good call because like if they couldn't cast anything that turn, I mean, are they going to be able to cast something this turn? Probably not really. Yep, they had nothing, and that was the best round our deck, I think. Can't imagine anything that would be a better draw than that. I'll just take another Echoing Decay. I think 5 mana is plenty for us. Get the swamp. Yeah, we probably have this game pretty much locked up. So the reason I don't think the Flickers are that good is my opponent has kind of a lot of removal, probably more than they would want against my deck. Okay, let's go ahead and I guess I'll cast a Muldrifter. Kind of want to just rat my opponent, but I don't want to waste my 2 extra mana, so I'm going to play the Muldrifter instead. They can kill it if they want. I am not attached to my Muldrifter in the least. Yeah, so you don't want all these removal spells against blue-black. All my creatures draw a card, basically. Okay, Shepherd of Rat. Just going to play my Witches, and fortunately I can't play Witches plus Rat. I want to play the Witches. I want to get the value from the Witches killing that thing, so let's just go ahead and play my Witches. If they kill it, I'll just like disfigure this guy. It's not a big deal. Okay, that's fine. I don't even want to take the 1 damage from this guy, so I'm going to go ahead and Echoing Decay it. I don't think I'm going to need double Echoing Decay for anything, although it's possible that I should have maybe saved it simply because like if they play double Sangrophage or something, I might want to double Echoing Decay them, but I don't anticipate that happening at all. Okay, let's go ahead and chitter that last card to the top. If it's a removal spell, they can get out of their hand. I'm just going to play the other one, I think. My other option is to just evoke a Muldrifter. Let's do that. We're so far ahead at this point, so I assume my opponent had a land, otherwise anything else they would have played. So I wanted to draw another land so that I could play Archaeomancer next turn and pick up Flicker and have that up. So I assume it was a land. I don't know what else they would have had that they wouldn't have played. My opponent should probably play it if it's another land, because I'm going to rat it to the top again. I'm going to try to find a counterspell with this Preordain. So if you are just drawing lands against the rat deck, you should just put them on top. Oh, Guess Verdict. I should have cast that last turn. Okay. So my opponent has one turn to draw something that matters. If I draw a counterspell off of this Preordain, I don't want either of these. If I draw a counterspell off of this Preordain, I'll wait on my Archaeomancer, otherwise I'm just going to play it right here. Get back my Ghostly Flicker. So one of the big reasons not to take the Flicker at the beginning is that the Flicker's not that good until I get an Archaeomancer in play anyway. So, and I'm going to just be able to get back my Flicker anyway, no matter what they do. So, Duress, that was a decent draw, I guess. I mean, it means they don't lose the game, but they still lose the game. Let's be realistic here. They're so far behind. Let's cast a Muldrifter. Let's cast a Seagate Oracle. I guess I'll take this Relic. I can't really imagine needing another removal spell, and one way they could get out of this is some ridiculous play where they get tons of creatures back. They played one creature the whole game. It's pretty ridiculous. That means I think they have way too much removal in this deck against me. It might be how much removal they want in general, but against my deck, you don't want that much removal. Especially not when you're a creature deck, like an aggro creature deck. Ghoul Razor. I mean, it just doesn't even matter if they get a creature back. But I don't have. Do I have any value in here? Nah, I don't. Let's just exile the graveyard. If I kill this with the trigger on this deck, he'll get the Ghoul Razor back, which is kind of cool. I'm obviously not going to let him do that, but it's a cool interaction that I could do. Alright, so it looks like we are going to go 4-1 with this deck. I think this is a pretty good deck right now. It's basically never my favorite deck because whenever, if I want to play a mid-range deck, I'd rather play Kuldotha Boros. Even though this deck is probably better against some decks, I'd rather just play Kuldotha Boros if that's what I'm looking for. I think the removal is better in that deck, so it makes me want to play red instead of playing black. But it's a strong deck, of course, and it does have the combo finish, and you can actually contend a little bit with Tron, which like Kuldotha Boros can't do, and you can kill Boggles because you have Edicts, which Kuldotha Boros also can't do. So there's definitely matchups where you want to play this deck. I think it kind of does what the blue-red Delver deck does, but worse for the most part. I mean, this is a little more of a control deck, but it's still a lot of like value creatures that enter the battlefield, counter spells to protect, to do stuff like that. So this probably wouldn't be my first choice deck, but it is very good. It's a good deck, and you could do much worse than playing this deck. And there's a lot of matchups where this deck is great. Like in a known metagame, you could definitely do some damage with this deck list, depending on what's around. Could be easily be the best choice. So it's kind of fun. Sometimes I get to actually play the top tier decks on this series, and that's what I wanted to do today. And you can see why it's a top tier deck. I mean, I lost what I think was the only match I lost was a reasonably close one to Blue Red Delver. I mean, we got really mana screwed one game. They had Mulligan and got kind of blown up by Shrivel the next game, and then we had a reasonably close game 3. We did get kind of run over, and that was after I took out some of my removal spells, so maybe that was a mistake. But I don't think it was too big of a mistake if it was one at all. Normally we have enough removal to take out their stuff, and you don't really want to be removing creatures that already got value. So I think that one was okay. I definitely made some mistakes, so learn from that when you watch this. I think that's about it for this video. So remember, check down below. You can give me any comments, feedback. I know the mic is probably not great, but if you thought it was okay, I'll keep using it. If you guys think it sucks, I'll go back to the old one, the one that I used for the last 2 videos. Unfortunately, I can't go back to the one that I've been using all this time. It's a really pretty nice one, but apparently I blew out the microphone in it or something. I don't know what the problem is, but it's broken. So I do have a warranty on it, but it's going to take a little while to get it back. And this isn't my job, so I don't just... I'm not going to like go and buy a really expensive one willy-nilly. So I play Pauper, you know, I'm poor. So so that's that. Again, follow me on Twitter, or subscribe to me on YouTube if you guys want to get alerted anytime I put up new videos. On Twitter, I always tweet out whenever I put out new videos or whenever I go live on stream. And yeah, everything helps me on YouTube. Really is nice to get more people making more content. We've had a couple people kind of expanding on the content and the format, so it's nice if you guys, the more people subscribe and stuff, the more I get shared around to other people that watch Magic content. So if people are looking for Pauper stuff, they can find me a little easier, even if they don't know me from Reddit or Discord or something like that. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you feel like you should. So that's it for me. I will see you guys next time.